I went and seeked help. And the psychologist looked at me and he says, after listening to my story, he says, you have traits. And I said, excuse me, can you explain that to me a little bit more in detail? Because I don't understand what you're saying. What is a trait? And he says, well, a trait is something that you pick up from the environment that you live in. And I said, okay. And he said, your stepdad is coming out in you, which means all those years that I was in that environment, traits attached themselves to me. And I didn't even know it. I just lived my life until the ugly came out. And so as soon as he told me my stepdad was coming out in me, I cut the line and I started making some changes in my own personal game plan. So yesterday I was doing some research and I want to talk a little bit about what I found. For many years, I told people that I had PTSD. I got triggered by things. Are you listening, or are you hearing that there's a possibility that there are things that happen in your life based on your childhood, the environment that you lived in? Because children are sponges of the environment that they live in, and those traits or cycles will attach themselves. Hey, what about Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Easter, the tooth fairy? Those are positive things in an environment of positivity. Well, then you have the dark side. So little did I know, not only did I realize, because I found out and became aware that I had traits, little did I know that the reason why I was acting the way that I was acting is I had PTSD from childhood experiences. So yesterday I was doing some research and I actually found out that I don't have PTSD, because PTSD is a single traumatic moment in your life, so traumatic that it causes you to have nightmares and continue to think about that. I have complex C-PTSD, complex is something that's happened over a period of time. I'll read it right here. Exposure to family violence, including marital aggression and physical child abuse over a long period of time. And if you were in that environment, there is a strong possibility that you are doing the same thing that your parents did or their parents did. You know, I can go back generational cycles of dysfunctionality where my father was 86 years old when he passed away, and he never in his life saw his father. My father wasn't in my life for many, many years. He came back into my life. One of my daughters, the same way. She was not in my life, came back into my life. And however, grandchildren were aware of it. And my great-grandchildren know their great-great-grandfather. He was able to hold his great-great-grandchildren before he passed away and not just enjoyed the fact that he was able to hold them and give them love, the fact that that cycle, that generational cycle of dysfunctionality, family not knowing family, was broken.